this episode of American Greed, a struggling actor with a side hustle worth millions.
This one is tragic because it started off as imaginary and continued imaginary and then grew so large.
Zach Horwitz moves from Indiana to Hollywood.
I'm good enough. I can do this.
Takes the stage name Zach Avery and dazzles his friends back home.
You believe that he was a big-time player in L.A.
He was great. Like, you go out, he's buying all the drinks, he's got the good places to go.
There's a phrase, acting is like lying. But for Horwitz, lying is like acting.
As an actor, I feel like you don't want people to know who Zach is as a person.
Because Horwitz's most convincing performance isn't on screen, it's in real life, scamming his longtime friends.
I would just love to know what his end game was with this, and does he feel any remorse?
His pretentious podcasts play different now.
Playing that dynamic between the good guy and the bad guy and how I can work through those nuances was really fun.
It's Hollywood's biggest Ponzi scheme, with a warning: be careful who you trust.
These are his alleged best friends, and he just took all their money. I couldn't believe it.
In 2019, the relatively unknown actor Zach Avery is finally getting somewhere. He's landed a starring role with Olivia Munn in a film called The Gateway. In the movie, Avery, real name Zach Horwitz, plays a hardened criminal. Ironically, at the very moment he shoots this scene walking a cell block in a jail, Horwitz is a real-life criminal mastermind, running an investment scheme built on 100% lies.
It was clear from the beginning that it was just fake from the get-go.
Zach Horwitz has talent. He's a world-class liar, with charm that he lays on thick for anyone with a microphone and camera.
Knowing what you know now, what would you tell your 14-year-old self?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I would tell him that everything happens for a reason, that you're gonna go through trials and tribulations, but they will all teach you something along the way that you'll use in the future, and you'll be all right, kid. Don't worry about it.
Like many Hollywood stories, this one begins in the heartland. In this case, Fort Wayne, Indiana. It's modest, humble, and the resting place of American icon Johnny Appleseed. You couldn't get more all-American if you tried.
Zach and I lived in a nice neighborhood. He lived in the very nice part, like probably a fairly brand new house.
Derek McCurr is one of Zach Horwitz's high school friends. Horwitz moves to Fort Wayne for his sophomore year after a childhood spent in Florida.
We met at football our sophomore year and almost instantly became friends.
Chris Krebs is another high school friend. He and others say Zach's family is well off. His stepfather is an executive at a computer components factory.
They certainly weren't struggling. They had a really nice lake house in addition to their main residence.
According to friends, Zach Horwitz is a popular student at Fort Wayne Carroll High School.
He was athletic, played sports. Girls liked him quite a bit. He was just a good guy, fun guy to be around.
In his senior yearbook, Zach is nominated for Homecoming King, awarded Best Body, and is a member of the school's Academy of Finance. The yearbook page of the club, in a you can't make this up twist, is titled Fun with Future Finances.
It's just surreal. How did this guy from Fort Wayne, Indiana, run a $690 million Ponzi scheme with zero financial background?
After graduating high school in 2005, Zach attends Indiana University in downstate Bloomington. While most of his friends attend IU's acclaimed Kelley School of Business, Zach goes a different route and majors in psychology. Zachary Horwitz is a great guy to be pals with, especially on spring break.
You know, the classic, like, you throw a football in the sand and bounces towards some girls. You would want Zach to go get that ball, and all of a sudden, those girls would be coming back and hanging out with us for, like, the rest of the spring break.
After Horowitz graduates from Indiana, friends say he intends to pursue a graduate degree in psychology. Instead, he opens a restaurant on the north side of Chicago in the summer of 2011. Friends say the shop is funded by inheritance money Horwitz receives after his stepfather passes away.
Zach tells a group of us, hey, I'd like you guys to kind of join in with me on this and take on various roles, and we'll hopefully become rich off of this restaurant that I'm going to start up.
The name of the restaurant is Fuel. Horwitz claims the joint will combine healthy food with a healthy lifestyle, including an on-site nutritionist. While Chris Krebs doesn't invest, he says Horwitz wants him on board.
Zach's like, hey, I want to bring you on, do some marketing things, whether it's social or trying to drum up business or whatever that looks like.
Horwitz tells Krebs and others that Howard Schultz, yes, Howard Schultz of Starbucks fame, is interested in his concept.
At one point in time, Zach said, look, Howard Schultz has this investment group, it's called Mavron, and they're interested in what we're doing, and they think there's potential to expand upon it. That was incredibly enticing. I mean, you're counting millions in your head at that point.
After only a few months, the restaurant closes down. Krebs says Zach Horwitz has an interesting excuse for the restaurant shuttering. At the time, he takes it at face value, but it now seems prophetic.
He said that his money manager, who's helping manage his money, was involved in a Ponzi scheme. Yeah, little foreshadowing.
According to Zach's narrative, on January 1st, 2012, he and his girlfriend pack up their car and abandon the Midwest. They're heading to California, where Zach can pursue his dreams of being an actor. Stacy Keach here, feeling greedy for more videos like this one? Then be sure to like and subscribe right here on CNBC Prime.